I'm at Greenleaf Garden Center. Had a quick education here for the team on Bluelab meters, pH and conductivity. For your needs when it comes to meters for pH, conductivity, and temperature, get on down here. These guys are fully trained and fully stocked. I left a couple things for these guys to share with you if you come on down. This is our conversion chart for EC or ppm 500 and 700. EC is electric conductivity. We're special here in North America, so we use 500 and or 700 ppm. When I'm talking about conductivity or ppm, what we're really talking about is when you pour your nutrients into your water, your nutrients dissolve into salts. Salts are electric ions. What you're measuring is the speed or ability of movement of those ions. If you have a big number, you have a strong batch of fertilizer. A low number, you might not be feeding your plants at all. That's why you measure your ppm. I was explaining to the boys here, boys and girls, about the importance to know if you're following a feed schedule, what 500 or 700. It used to be American companies were on the 500. European and Canadian companies are on the 700 or EC. That's not the case anymore. You can find out if you have a feed chart, because most companies will show you EC and ppm. If you can find EC, here's 1.0, traverse your eyes down. These guys are on the 500. Here I have Fox Farms, same deal. They give you EC, but they don't tell you which ppm. Here's 1.0. These guys are on the 700. It's important to know, if you have no idea, use the 700. You're erring on caution. More to the point, you just want to be able to measure to see that you're not overfeeding and certainly not underfeeding. This is my truncheon here. It's an international meter. Bottom line, it gives you EC 500 and 700. It just depends on where it lights up. I have my 277. You stick it in here. If it's on 277, it should be reading between 2.6 and 2.8. If it was dirty, it would be reading lower. What you would do is take off the shroud, get your little chamois, get your conductivity probe cleaner. Here it is right here. This is a mild abrasive. It's not soap. Soap has oil. You don't want to have oil on your probe. Take it to the bathroom, put a little of this on, clean it like you're brushing your teeth, rinse, clean it some more. Remember to put on the shroud. After you clean it, you should be able to test it. Bang, zoom, right there. More to the point, keep your probes clean, and with your pH probes, keep them clean and hydrated. This is a wonderful tool. We also have conductivity probe pins too. This will give you either ppm, 500, 700, or EC. Very easy to use. Temperature is important also. Why is that? When you're talking about your reservoir here, the optimum temperature is 68. Anything higher than 72, you're cutting back on your dissolved oxygen. You're inviting pests, you're inviting mold. Be very aware of your temperature. And that includes the temperature in your air, but I'm talking about in your water. Now with pH in mind, that's a whole different situation. pH is potential hydrogen. I have a bunch of meters, they all calibrate the same. This is my combo meter, this is my regular probe. You take off the cap by just lightly unscrewing it and easing it off. You need to calibrate, and when I say calibrate, you want the meter and the probe to agree on reality. So when you calibrate, what you're basically doing is having the meter agree on where 7 is and where 4 is. The pH scale is 0 to 14. We're trying to narrow it in because most plants like acidity below 7. So to calibrate, I have my meter in 7 already. I turn on the meter. And Bluelab now, all the meters as of about a year and a half ago forward, we now take the patience, the need of patience away from the person using the meter. The meter will do it for you. So in essence, I have it in 7. I'm going to calibrate by just pushing calibrate. Push it until it says cal. Let go. And you'll see a series of circles going across the screen. Basically, the meter takes over the patience part. Once the circles goes across the screen, you'll go to 7. There it goes to 7. And now it's at 7. Dip it in water. Don't want to cross-contaminate. Stick it in the 4. Push it anytime because once again, the meter will do the patient part for you. Hold it down until it says cal, let go. You're going to be calibrated for the next 30 days or whenever you disconnect this. Because once you disconnect it from the meter, you have to calibrate again. You have to get that communication going again. So that's a 7 and 4 calibration. This also will give you your conductivity read, just like the truncheon. I put my probe in there right now. All right, so your ppm's right here, your nutrients. Push the button down. This is on 500 ppm. If you're following a feed schedule from, say, Advance or Fox Farm, you're on 700. Just hold this down until it starts blinking. Hit it again, and it goes to the 700 ppm schedule. If you're across the pond and you want EC, just hold it down and hit it again, and it goes to EC. If you want temperature, once again, that's very important. Just push the button and you'll get temperature just like that. This is a 5-year warranty meter. Your pin, if you take care of, or your probe, if you take care of them, should last a year, year and a half. You can always get a new one, but with a 5-year meter, they'll last you forever. A lot of people are familiar with our Guardian already. This is my Guardian Connect. I also have my pH controller Connect. Both of these meters are very nice meters for the fact that you can download all the information to your computer. As a data log, you can see what's going on when you're not there. You can put on the alarm system and you can find out what time your pH went out of whack, what time it was actually taken care of later on. You need one of these sticks for your computer, then you can add on as many of these meters as you like. All the information will daisy chain to the computer. If you have multiple rooms that are far away from each other, there's an extender right here too. Very nice connectivity. Like we were talking earlier, this will send you a email if your pH is out of whack from what you're actually wanting, once you set your highs and lows. This will also send you an email when it goes out of it. What's nice about this pH controller, it'll keep your pH exactly where you want it to be. Now, to keep it affordable, it's either an up or a down. Most people are going down, so you put one tube in your down bottle, one tube in your tank. You can have a 1-second dose for a very small tank, or up to a 60-second dose. And then you put in the timing when you want circulation and analysis before it doses again. You can have a 1-minute wait on that, or up to 60 minutes. This thing is a very nice meter. It's a 2-year warranty. People love this. It keeps it dosed to exactly where you want it to be. If you were to set it, say you're shooting for 6.5, you would set your high at about 6.9, your low at 6.1. You've got to give it a little flexibility there. If you're shooting for 6.5 and you have it at 6.6 and 6.4, the meter will say, hey, do it yourself. It's a little bit too close. But this will dose it and keep it exactly where you want it to be. And I should add, because you might have seen these already, we also have inline probes available. You might have noticed Dosatron is now suggesting our Guardian Connect too, so they can see what's going on before it's fed to your plants. But these are inline probes, very handy. I think a lot of people are getting into inline feeding. Once again, get on down here and buy some of the best meters out there. This is the best store in Bend. Hurry. Thank you very much.